What's going on, everyone? Jron here, and we're back with more How Not to Souls. Today we're looking at a Faith Caster from Dark Souls 2, which was pretty good. Not my favorite, but I still had a good time with it. It's not bad by any means. It's strong. Gets the job done. Be good in PvE and PvP. So, that's pretty much decent, right? Well, let's take a look at our stats, and our weapons, and our spells. And then we can form to a conclusion what I really think about it. Because I think as I talk about it, I'll come to a better conclusion. So, we have 34 vigor for a decent amount of health for a caster. 25 endurance so we can properly roll and cast our spells so we didn't get stamina locked. 8 vitality, which is basic because we weren't really anywhere in any sorts of heavy armor, and our weapons were mostly light. 40 attunement, so we can have the spell slots we need, and the casting speed that we want, and the added miracles that you get as a bonus from putting into attunement, because you get 3 or 4 here and there over the span of the playthrough if you invest into some attunement. 18 strength for weapon requirements, 25 dex for weapon requirements, 14 adaptability, so we can get some agility for rules. And I think it's always smart to put something into adaptability, because you don't get very good iframes from the get-go. And adaptability lets you have those iframes when you're dodging. 18 intelligence for some base requirements for some spells, or miracles for that matter. And a 66 faith because we are the faith caster. For our weapons, so I fell in love with the Nagi, the washing pole. I forgot the name of it. It's in the name of it in Elden Ring, but I fell in love with the washing pole. Really, really good. For that, on top of that, it's really a shame that it loses all its potential in Dark Souls 2 because the stupid durability that just goes down. It has a 20 durability, which is awful, and then it just sucks because there's so much wasted potential. But if you are going to use this weapon, and I still think it's good, you'd have to have plenty of repair patterns. I did fire because I thought, let's have a fire weapon, see how it goes, and the bonus we got on fire was pretty awesome. So it was comparable with lightning for a while, and then lightning just kind of overtook everything. But pretty good. Then we have our lightning hide spear, also really good, and a lightning Ricard's rapier, also really good. So pokey pokey, fast fast, and super slicey slicey. Other weapons of note that we did go use. It wasn't much. Dragon Slayer spear, and I think that's it. I thought about doing some pyromancy stuff, but we're not even going to get into that. Yeah, the Dragon Slayer spear was the other alternative. For our casting, Lightning Dragon Chime, I think it's a winner. Now, and early this was actually more helpful than later game. I ended up using some of the hexes, which was super duper helpful early game, up until I say about after Drangleic, they were still useful, but use Cathia's Chime to cast those because that gives the best boost to hexes that are more miracle influenced. Really good. And if you wanted to use a one-purpose cast between the two, Black Witch's Staff. I use it on a Hexer build. So if I get straight up Hexer build, I'll use that. That and Sunset Staff. It freaking rocks. It's so good. But we didn't use it because we didn't need to. We're not trying to cast sorceries into the mix or anything. And yeah, that's how I wanted to see how that went. So this was our armor set for literally the duration of the game. I forgot her name. She's at Hyde's Tower of Flame. She sells you a bunch of healing miracles. I killed her early, so I didn't have to pay to go to Huntsman's Copse. And this is her set. I thought it was like, hey, Faithcaster. Pretty wild. Looks pretty good. Pretty on par. The Saints gear looks great. Ring-wise,
life ring plus 3. Plant 3 ring, so we can have a good regain on our stamina. Sun seal, so we have a little boost onto our miracles. And I changed out the ring of blades for the bracing knuckle ring, the lightning clutch, and I think that's it. The ring of the embedded also would be fine. I forgot my lightning clutch. So yeah. Other than that, or if you want to have extra spell slots, Southern Ritual Band will also work. Bracing Knuckle reduces our weapon degradation. In my consumables, boom. Oh yeah, you don't need that. And yeah, I don't know, knives, kukris, that sort of thing, pots, or bombs, urns. You name it, boom, we did it. It was awesome. All those awesome things. Didn't have much need for our resins or oozes. Bright bugs, if you want a bright bug. Spell wise, we'll go down here so we can get the full spectrum of the spells, but we can show you what we have on equipped as of right now. So our main was Sunlight Blade, Great Lightning Spear, and Heavenly Thunder, which is a little erratic but strong, like super duper strong. But it's erratic. It's not going to hit if it hits your target a lot, that's awesome. But you'd be lucky if it hit it just hitting it once is fine. But if it hits it like 2 or 3 times, your target is like torched. So, but other miracles of note that I used, and we'll go and also hexes, because the hexes. Resonant Soul was kind of huge. For my hexes. Scraps of Life was pretty good. Resonant Weapon was good till I ended up not needing that, because Sunlight Spear just crushed everything, because the way hexes work is you need both. You need intelligence and faith, but it scales with the lower stat, and that's why I'm like, this is it seemed kind of worthless after a while. But for our miracle side of things, any healing spell, I was greedy and had to kill that lady in the beginning, so I didn't really get many healing spells. But Force was great. Lightning Spear, so we got Great Lightning Spear. Sunlight Spear, also good. Soul Appease, which is a weird one because it just eradicates hollows. But Blinding Bolt, you get off of what's his name? Old Iron King, if you use the bonfire aesthetic right after you beat him once. I think it's kind of like... Oh, I don't know the spell. Is it here? It's like that sorcery. Oh, it's kind of like Recollection. It just shoots like lightning balls at people. Recollection's actually really good. Wait, is it like Recollection? Yeah. Yeah, but Recollection's good, whereas Blinding Bolt is not that great. Magic Barrier. You can use it if you want. Have defense against magic. Not a bad thing to have. I use Perseverance as well. And this is a joke. I don't know why they have this in the game. It looks cool. Doesn't do that much damage. Splintering Lightning Spear. Yeah, it's like an afterthought. But those are the miracles that we used. And like overall, Faith is way better for buffage. Oh, and Sacred Oath. If I didn't mention that. Sacred Oath's always a winner. It just takes up a lot of spell slots. That's why you don't have it on. But overall, being a Faith caster is it's doable, but I'd say focus more on the melee aspect and the body buffs, because the Faith buffs are where it's at. Lightning Spear and Great Lightning Spear and Sunlight Spear are all great. It's just a slow cast. Especially if you're going up against the wizard who can just go wham and hit you with like just a crystal soul spear. Like that. Look at that. Like that. Even though with a fast cast, still that you have to charge it up and you throw it. But like the AoE stuff works with it. The body buffs work with it. I think overall I did like it. But if you're going to do something like this, go for something more of like a paladin. Something with heavy armor. minimal incantations, not incantations, minimal miracles, like having like 4 or 5 slots for miracles, like being able to hold Sunlight Blade and Sacred Oath would be huge in this situation with a set of armor, because like you're not going to get shot with an arrow in this game without any armor. You get like that ultra stun. You feel like a chump because you're there for literally like a second and a half, 2 seconds. Like, so this would work better as a paladin. Though fun, doing a pure faith caster, it's more frustrating than anything else. Even with the dark side of the whole situation, the hex side of it, they eat up all the hexes that you can use, eat up your souls. So it's a weird one. But I say if you want to go try it, maybe you can do way better job than I can. Maybe. I don't know. But it's fun. It's worth trying. I would say it's better off doing a paladin. But anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you later. Peace out.